Good afternoon and good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and coffee stream episode 449. Holy shit, we have 51 episodes to go till episode 500. What the hell am I going to do for episode 500? I don't know yet. Anyway, I hope you're all having a good Friday. It's getting rather autumn-like outside, at least here. It's getting colder and colder, and sadly, whenever I check my weather app, I am noticing sunset and sunrise times getting earlier and later, respectively. So, sad days. I fucking hate winter. Anyway. So, I hope everyone is doing well and getting ready for the weekend. It's going to be a fun, just a fun weekend for me anyways. The tournament is, the Blind King of the Hill is tomorrow. So then that's going to be at 8 p.m. It's going to be lots of fun. I cannot wait for that. I really can't. I'm so excited for that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Hello, Eluin. Hello, Costin. Hello, the original Shroom. I hope you're doing well. And let me just put Blindcito's Twitch channel in chat. This is starting tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern on that channel that I just linked in chat. It'll be a good time. There's 7 of us in the King of the Hill, and it's gonna be a good few hours of entertainment, I would say. And the pot that we're playing for is at $190. So there's some good money up for grabs here. It's gonna be lots of fun. And it's gonna be a good time. I can't wait. And of course we've got the Star Trek stream tomorrow as well. Yep, King of the Hill. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I cannot wait for it. And tomorrow's Star Trek stream, we're gonna be talking about each captain and their brush with I almost want to say their brush with villainry. I think maybe I might call the stream that tomorrow. The captains and their brush with villainry. And we're going to talk about, how egregious each captain's kind of brush was and how they came back from it. It's going to be an interesting discussion. So, lots coming up. And now we are going to begin the stream with some articles. I actually have an article that Pincalo sent me, and he asked that I not pre-read it. He wanted me to read it cold on the stream. And so that's what I'm going to do. Their walk on the dark side. Yes, exactly. They're because every captain in Star Trek, from Archer to Janeway, has a, sometimes more than one walk on the dark side. So, like Cisco, he's got at least 2. He's got the thing in where he shoots trilithium resin into the planet's atmosphere just because he's pissed off at Eddington, right? And then we've got all the happenings in the pale moonlight, right? So we've got Cisco is definitely a walker on the dark side. It's gonna be a good discussion. The first thing for which to blame Pincalo this stream. Yes. Yes. Hello, Selectaboy. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's get this article popped open. Here we go. Open this up. Open, please. All right, here we go. So we're going to go over here. Where are we? I want to make sure. There we go. Okay, let's get back to StreamYard so I can share the screen. There we go. Where are we here? I need to find the share button. There's the share button. Okay. Okay, here we go. So this is a cold read. I have not read this article yet. Apparently it's going to make me really mad. That's what Pincalo said. It's going to make me really mad. So let's see here. Youth-led rally demanding urgent climate action to be held at Ontario Legislature. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Okay. Now, notice that it's Friday. Okay. So, notice how last week at Western University there was a walkout to protest the violence going on a Friday. Right? Just before the weekend. And now, today, on a Friday, just before the homecoming weekend, there is magically another protest. Let's read.
Toronto. A youth-led demonstration demanding urgent climate action from leaders in all levels of government is expected today at the Ontario Legislature. You are correct. Fridays for Future Toronto is organizing the rally and march, which is set to begin at Queen's Park at 12:30 p.m.
Fridays for Future. Guys, why don't you just admit that you're trying to get a 4-day school week and be done with it? Okay? We're not that stupid. We're really not that dumb. If you guys were actually, like, because here's the thing. These people do these demonstrations and then they turn around and be like, look, we're sacrificing our education for this. No, you guys are conveniently picking the last day of the week to go and do this because most of you aren't actually going to go to the protest. You're just going to say that you're going to go to the protest and then you're just going to stay the fuck home and sleep in. You guys really just want an extra day off of school. You don't actually want to protest and make change. And the people that do actually want to protest and make change are making such outrageously stupid demands that nobody's going to listen to them.
Organizer Leonor Algiet says the demonstration is an opportunity for people to demand urgent action from politicians on tackling issues related to climate change.
Demand urgent action from politicians. What do you expect them to do? What do you expect politicians to do? Pass a policy and then, like, what? The global temperature will drop? The ice sheets will magically gain another, like, 3 inches? The garbage island will magically disappear? Like, what? What? What are you expecting to happen?
She says the rally will also call on the newly re-elected federal Liberal government to deliver on the climate promises it made during the recent election campaign.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm sure.
Those behind the rally are also calling for action that includes adding climate justice to the Ontario education curriculum for all grades, ending encampment evictions in Toronto, and full implementation of calls to action from the Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
Wait, okay. What does encampment evictions and ending them have to do with climate change? Doesn't that fall under the homelessness crisis? What? Are you saying homeless people are part of the climate problem? I am very confused. What does homelessness have to do with climate action? And what none of you make any sense.
Similar demonstrations are planned in locations across the country as part of the Number Fridays for Future School Strike movement, which started in August 2018.
Oh, okay, yeah. So for the last 2 years, you guys have been conveniently picking Fridays so that you guys magically get, an extra day off school that happens to be right next to the weekend. Like, if you guys actually cared about sacrificing your education, you'd pick a day in the middle of the week, right? You'd pick, like, a Wednesday or a Tuesday, and you'd go, and you'd leave, and you'd start the protest when school starts, right? You would start it at, like, 8:30 in the morning, right? And you would go until about 4, maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The time you're supposed to be in school, right? If you actually thought that this was an actual sacrifice of your education so that you could come and make an actual statement, you would protest during the full hours of school from like 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:15 in the morning till about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. You'd protest at your legislature, and you'd do it in the middle of the week. Right? That's what you would do. You wouldn't pick a Friday afternoon, okay? You wouldn't pick a Friday, and you wouldn't start at 12:30. And what? You guys need your mommies and daddies to drive you to Queen's Park? Is this so you can catch the GO bus and get there for 12:30? Why can't you guys fucking jump on the commuter buses with all the commuters and do it that way? Oh no, wait. You've got to make sure that you're taking a more empty GO bus, cuz you got to be all safe. You don't want to be like pushed in with those crazy adults that have to work. Hi, Mr. Goatman. This is ridiculous. Okay.
This report by the Canadian Press was first published September 24th. The Canadian Press.
So yeah, that's so Fridays for Future is really, in my opinion, just a way of getting out of school an extra day. This is their way of saying we want 4 days of school instead of 5, but we are just going to use the guise of being climate activists. Or you'd take the day off and get out and protest and go clean up a homeless encampment that causes a lot of environmental problems. Exactly. You go clean up the garbage that is left behind. Or go help pick up the, if there is a homeless encampment in a park or something, go and organize a cleanup of the park and try and maybe even get the homeless involved, right? Be like, hey, come help us clean up where you guys are staying, right? Do something actually impactful. Don't just pick the last day of the week and protest for the afternoon. Like, obviously, like this is so obvious. This is so freaking see-through. It's not even funny. All right. So our next story, we're gonna look at is, so in our region, where Pink Hollow and I are from, we had this guy who was an actual Nazi. Like a real, like an actual honest to goodness Nazi who lied through omission about his war doings and his involvement in the war to gain entry to Canada and citizenship. Starting in 95, I believe this article says, the Canadian government started to try to revoke his citizenship and send him back to Germany. His lawyer, he and his lawyer have then spent the next 26 years from 95 until, well, now, trying to appeal that. This guy has now died, and instead of rightfully dying in a jail cell in Germany, this motherfucker gets to die peacefully in his own home. This man's name is Helmut Oberlander. I don't know if there are any Canadians here who know this story. But we will go through it here. So it says, justice denied in peaceful death of Canada's last known Nazi. And it's true. So this picture up here is of Mr. Oberlander. And when I say he was a Nazi, a literal Nazi, this kid, when he was a kid, he at 17, he volunteered to sign up for the Waffen. And he, his unit, was one of the, EC-10, mobile killing unit. His unit was responsible, just his unit, from 1941 to 1944, was responsible for killing 91,000 people. I'm going to say that again. Just this man's unit of the EC-10 mobile killing units, okay, was responsible for killing 91,000 people. He was an interpreter. This man, Oberlander, was an interpreter. He spoke German, Russian, and Ukrainian. He was involved in actual interrogations and killings of Jewish people. And he like this guy, literally the German version of Inglourious Bastards. Like, this guy and his unit, quite literally the German version of Inglourious Bastards. Just killing, like, brutal interrogations. It's insane. He died at 97 He got to die peacefully in his home with his loved ones. And like none of his victims got any of that. They didn't get to die in peace. They didn't get to die, like maybe they died with a loved one at their side in in a horrific way that is far from peaceful and resolving. Like this is that's what I'm saying. He is the German version of the unit in Inglorious Bastards. He was the German. His unit was the German version of the American unit in Inglorious Bastards. That's what I was saying. Yeah, yeah. This asshole, and he gets to die at home peacefully here in Canada. Um, his lawyer, like, he came here in 1954. He completely left out all of his involvement in the war, and when I think it says here, the government had knowledge of his involvement as far back as 1963, and they didn't move to start revoking and trying to deport him until 95. And his lawyers basically just played the legal system and strung out appeals after appeals after appeals, just to get his just to play the legal system and draw everything out. And he claims that he was conscripted, but there are witnesses that say otherwise. No, he's the Germans that were in Inglorious Bastards. Yeah, I fucked that up. Yeah, he really was like that. Yeah, no, Pincolo's right. You know that scene at the beginning of Inglorious Bastards? Yeah, he was those guys. That's who he was. And this is like, and they have declassified documents that place, like, they give him, that show his membership in this squad, and that he was present at least one mass execution. It's this guy, he should have been kicked the fuck out of Canada long ago. And the fact that his lawyer was so, gleefully, oh, he's the it's oh, he's never gonna be kicked out. And there's a quote here where she says, where is this quote from his lawyer here? It's back here further. Let me find it. It's ridiculous. Here we go. Here it is, past this advertisement here. As his lawyer Barbara Jackman predicted at yet another immigration hearing just a few weeks ago, Oberlander was never going to leave, and trying to get him on a plane was futile, cruel, and unfair. Bitch! Have you read a history book? Fuck you! Fuck you for Christmas. Oh my God, you're disgusting. You're a disgusting human being. How can you say that with a straight face? How can you as a lawyer, how can you say that as a human being, say that with a straight face after what this man had a hand in? You know what was unfair? all the fucking people who got loaded onto trains and sent into death camps and put in gas chambers and crematoriums because they were freaking Jewish or gay or mentally deficient in some way. That's unfair. You know what's not unfair? A fucking Nazi asshole being sent back to his country to face what he did. That's completely fair. That is completely fair. And for you as a human, let alone like even a defense, like yes, you're his lawyer, right? You're supposed to look out for his interests. But like as a human, right? How can you say that making him go and go on a plane back to his home country to face what he did is unfair when what he did was so fucked up? When what he had a hand in was so incredibly fucked up on a human scale. Like, what is wrong with your mind, Miss Jackman, that those words left your face? Holy shit. That is, I'm rather, I kind of glossed over that part of the article when I read it this morning. That is mind-boggling. That somebody as a human being could actually say that putting him on a plane would be unfair, cruel, and futile when this man was part of the Nazi death squads during a war that was responsible for killing millions of people on the basis of the fact that they believed something different. Like, wow. Just wow. The absolute just inability to think before speaking. Like, holy shit. Oh no, not a plane where he most likely would have snacks and a nurse. The defense can fuck right off. Exactly, Elowen. Like, this, like, holy shit. That is unbelievable. Like, I guarantee you that even other, like, like, even Germans who, you know, if they had heard that, you know, they'd be like, You know, like, it just... I have a feeling that even a Nazi, had they heard that, would go, ooh, I don't know about that. Like, you know, like, that's just supremely, that's just gross. That's just gross. I'm kind of flabbergasted by that statement. Oh man. Yeah. That's, oh, Jesus. What a special, special lady. Oh, this is a Globe and Mail article. Please don't paywall me. So Trudeau has lost 4 female ministers. So he's lost. So out of this election that he thought was such a great idea, 4 of his ministers were not reelected. Also, he kicked out Jody Wilson-Raybould, and another lady, I believe, left. She was also Indigenous, and she left as well during the whole uncovering of the mass graves, which, by the way, is still happening, and we're at over 6,000 children that have been discovered. So, yeah. Trudeau's having a great time. So this is called, so we're not doing the truffle shuffle. We're doing the Trudeau shuffle, because he's got to shuffle up his cabinet again. And of course, he's promising a balanced cabinet, because that's what matters. It totally matters that he has a balanced cabinet and not a cabinet full of people who know what they're doing and how to do it. Happily, one of those ministers is the chick who said our Taliban brothers. Yeah, that is true. One of the people who did not get reelected was the lady who was basically showing sympathy for the Taliban and calling the Taliban our brothers. She did not get reelected, so that's good. So it says Justin Trudeau will have to contend with the defeat of 3 female cabinet ministers as the Prime Minister crafts his senior leadership team in what's expected to be a quick return to governing. There should have never been a stop to governing. We didn't need this fucking election. It was a waste of time and money. The 3 ministers failed to win their seats in Monday night's election. An infrastructure minister, Catherine McKenna, did not run in this campaign. Oh. A loss of 4 female ministers makes a significant cabinet shakeup. Like Mr. Trudeau has made gender parity a priority of his cabinet since his first victory in 2015. Yes, because that, again, like I keep saying, that's what matters. It's all about gender parity. All that matters is that Canada has a cabinet that has as much pussy on it as it does dick, because, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter that the people in the cabinet know about their portfolios. It doesn't matter that the people in the cabinet actually have education in those areas. It doesn't matter if the people in those cabinets have experience in those areas. It doesn't even matter if the people in the cabinet have the loyalty and best interest of their constituents at heart. As long as they have the right body parts and the right amount of body parts in the cabinet, we'll be fine, y'all. Everything will be great. It'll be perfectly fine. Ugh. Pussy and dick. Oh, P and D. Oh, my VP. Two senior government officials told the Globe and Mail that Mr. Trudeau will outline his government's next steps once Elections Canada has outlined the final seat count. Yeah, because we still haven't fucking heard about all the mail-in ballots. Because magically this year, for some reason, it's going to take longer to count the mail-in ballots than it has in other years, even though we've had mail-in ballots for decades. Ugh. The officials suggested Parliament will resume pretty quickly, and that focus will be on will be on issues raised in the campaign, including climate change, child care, housing, and reconciliation. Yes, because notice that this is just before next Thursday, which is September 30th, which has become National Reconciliation, Truth and Reconciliation Day, which is a federal holiday only for government workers and bankers. Which means that basically nobody else gets the day off, and basically no natives get anything. It's basically another land acknowledgement. Except this time, instead of na 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 na, I have your land, it's na 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 na, I have a day off work, and I'm gonna pretend that I care about you, even though I don't. Good God, this is ridiculous. I don't understand. I don't understand how anyone thinks that this is helpful. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Let's find a couple other articles to read. Let's see. Let's find something interesting. Oh yeah, Nintendo 64 and Genesis games are officially coming to Nintendo Switch Online. Yep. Vote counting continues today in 4 ridings across the country, with narrow margins between the leading parties, with some margins as narrow as 100 votes. Holy shit. I'm just reading headlines. Sobeys is permanently closing one of its most popular supermarkets in Toronto. Oh. Oh well. Good thing I don't live there. Yeah, you couldn't pay me to live in Toronto. Ooh, this will be a good art. Let's read this article. It's from 2 hours ago. It says, why I resigned my tenured position teaching climate science in college. This looks interesting. Let's read this. Let's see here. Let's start, or let's see, send this over to myself. All right. Oops. I didn't want to open Safari. I wanted to open YouTube. Here we go. All right. Let's go back here and get the news story. So yeah, no, you know, if somebody said I will give you all the money in the world to live in Toronto, I'd be like, that's nice. I'm not living there. Yeah, it's, as a blind person, no. Just no. Just a no. Alright, where am I here? I need to find my way. Here we go. Back. Go back, damn you. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's see here. So this is going to be an interesting article. I wonder who this person is and where they teach. Okay. Damn it! Now I have for some reason I have a song in my head, and it's the mayor of Toronto. What a fucking nutjob. We'd love to get out of Toronto. The problem is doctors and no car. Yeah, I feel that. Yep. I completely understand that. Tuvok, I understand. You are a Vulcan man. You have just been without for 7 years about. I don't know why that song is in my head, but it is. Paris, please find a way to load a hypo spray. I don't know why I'm singing that. Anyway. Yes, close menu. Go away. I want the headline. Yes, close menu. Give me the headline, you mother friggity fraggin'. I just want the freaking headline. CBC, you are frustrating. Oh, good freaking Lord. Oh, this is frustrating. I just want the... There we go. Where are we here? Come on. Oh, it put... No, wait. Sorry, guys. This is really badly laid out here. CBC, why are you so crappy? Like, seriously, why is this so bad? It's like, holy shit. It's like, holy crap, this is really, really badly laid out. This is like... I don't understand. Usually I should be able to find the headline by now. That's really disappointing. I wanted to read this. Oh, there we go. Fuck, man. That's better. Stupid thing. Okay. Why I resigned from my tenured position teaching climate science in college. It was that stupid menu that popped open. That's why I couldn't read it. Okay. This first person article is the experience of Heather Short, a science. Okay, so she lives in the Greater Montreal region. Okay. So, I have enjoyed my nearly 15 years of. Ooh, she's a geologist and Earth systems teacher. Awesome.
I have enjoyed my nearly 15 years of teaching students about geology, earth systems science, climate literacy, and the present human-caused climate and ecological crises in my time at John Abbott College on the island of Montreal. My interactions with them have by far been the most rewarding part of my job.
Oh, John Abbott. Okay, that's where she's teaching at John Abbott College. Okay. Nice.
I will miss them, and miss seeing that spark of excitement when they've learned something new. However, it is clear to me now that teaching young people about these crises without a cohesive, science-informed institutional and cultural framework of climate-literate support does them more harm than good. Let me explain. You are
Oh, I have a feeling I'm about to agree with you, Miss Short.
I arrived at this conclusion after many months of reflection, informed by teaching thousands of students about what the best available science predicts for their futures. Climate science consensus tells us that the world must link reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 45%. Chrome has new index of 2010 levels by the year 2030 in order to have a 66% chance of avoiding a cascade of extreme climate events that will be unstoppable within their lifetimes. You are correct. At present, countries have pledged to reduce emissions by link a global total of 0.5%. You are currently on a link. Chrome has new window. By 2030. We, privileged people in wealthy countries, have a very short window of opportunity to take decisive, systemic action to avert the worst consequences of climate breakdown. Not only do our current emissions targets put us far behind where we need to be, our province's 50-year-old education system lacks the support our students need to face this reality.
Okay, maybe I'm not about to agree with you.
Teaching this to an 18-year-old is like telling them that they have cancer, then ushering them out the door, saying sorry, good luck with that. You are...
What? How? Wait, so you're saying because the education system before university isn't pumping fear into our children that you can't adequately scare 18-year-olds enough, so you're going to quit your job? Is that what I'm reading here? Is that what I'm reading here? My students aren't afraid enough. Therefore, I'm going to quit my job because I can't make them scared enough. That doesn't sound very much like you care about climate literacy or free thinking or actual science.
It is also fundamentally unfair and unjust for us, part of the generations that have benefited from unmitigated resource extraction and emissions, to drop the responsibility to fix, or adapt to, the climate crisis in their young laps. You are currently on a tech...
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children? Good Christ.
They deserve a livable future, and they deserve our apology, immediate action, and emotional support to navigate an uncertain future. Honesty, transparency, and open dialogue about these climate and ecological crises must form the core of our education.
Lady, it doesn't matter what generation you are or were. It doesn't matter what year it is. It doesn't matter if the world is on the brink of disaster or not. The future It is always uncertain. We do not need emotional support because the future is uncertain. Guess what? When you grow up, you gotta deal with the fact that the future is uncertain. And if you don't like that, then go fucking live in a cave somewhere and don't interact with anybody. And even then, your future is still uncertain. You crazy, crazy person. This is why today's generation is going to ruin everything. Because of teachers like this who think that they need emotional support because the future is uncertain. Well, guess what, lady? The future was always uncertain. That's why it's called the future. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. That's why it's uncertain all the time. Not just now. Jesus. Why do today's people specifically need emotional support? You know what? Every generation has had something, quote, dropped into their young laps. That's what it's called when you grow up. You fucking get to do shit that you want to do and shit you don't want to do. And guess what? The shit you don't want to do often outnumbers the shit you do want to do. You still gotta do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're young. Like, Jesus Christ. You're a freaking geologist. You should know things. You should know that things are not certain. It doesn't matter. Like, wow.
Heather Short has been teaching university and college students for 25 years, including nearly 15 years at John Abbott College. Submitted by Heather Short. This first-person article is the link, the FAQ, period.
Did it just put me back up to the top?
Link. This first-person article is the...
It did. So yeah, this lady quit her job, quit her tenured job, because kids aren't terrified enough about what's happening, and she can't instill the terror in them because they haven't been indoctrinated as much as she would hope. And because she thinks that apparently the future for today's generation is somehow more uncertain than any other future for any other generation has ever been before. So therefore we need to provide emotional support. And, we shouldn't drop things in their young laps. I'm sorry. There were 18-year-olds at the beginning of World War II. Do you think they volunteered? They volunteered. 18-year-olds. The same people, the same age as the people you think deserve or need emotional support because of climate change. Freaking 18-year-old kids went off to fight Nazis. Voluntarily. Okay? Not conscripted. Voluntarily. Signed up to go fight Nazis. And fast forward not even 100 years, just 70 years, 60 years. Fast forward 60 years. And we've got a teacher who quit her job because she thinks that 18-year-olds, first of all, aren't indoctrinated enough, so she can't teach them. And second of all, she thinks they're too fragile to do any actual work. And so we need to do work to change the horrible impending doom that we're apparently not indoctrinating our children to believe in, but also we shouldn't have them, work to fix it because, it's not their fault, and we shouldn't dump things in their laps. Imagine if people thought that way about, like, World War II. Oh, well, we weren't involved in World War One or the Treaty of Versailles, so fuck that. We're just not gonna. We're just this is for that generation to fix. What? Everybody, if you think this is going to affect everybody, then everybody should be fixing it, no? Why? How can people, how can educated people manage to hold 3 different contradictory positions at once? I don't understand how these people manage to not only hold 2 contradictory positions, but they manage to work in a 3rd and a 4th, and all of them contradict each other. There is not one position that sort of matches another one. They hold multiple contradictory positions on one subject, and I don't know how they manage to do it. I really don't. The mental gymnastics these people can perform is just, maybe that's what all the neuroplasticity apps allowed us to do. We've done so much with that lumosity thing that we are now able to get our brains to have 3 or 4 separate contradictory opinions on one subject and also think that they are our own opinions. Isn't that fantastic? Hooray for neuroplasticity. Educated in her case is a very precarious term. That's true, Elowen, that's true. Oh, Lord. Good Lord. All right, guys. That brings us to the end of our exhibition of stupidity for the day. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it and you would like other people to enjoy it too, please share my channel far and wide. That's the best way you can help me. And also remember to come by the Twitch channel tonight at 11 p.m. I will be doing one more practice stream before the King of the Hill tomorrow night. And again, that will be held on Blind Cito's channel, twitch.tv/blindcito, all one word, BLINDSITO, Blind Cito. And that will be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. And also join me for the Star Trek stream at 5 p.m. Eastern here on the Blind Press YouTube channel. We will be speaking about the captain's walk on the dark side. And no, we will not be saying the dark side because that's Star Wars and this is Star Trek. And yeah. Anyway, I'm done rambling. I hope you all have a great Friday. See you tomorrow or later tonight on Twitch, whichever comes first. Bye, guys!